Scorpio, if you've had trouble opening your heart, maybe this is your sign to trust yourself. Learn how to be vulnerable with the people who are in your life again. And so it's already feeling like this is going to be a love reading for, or at least matters of the heart. And I recognize and celebrate all different types of love. Thank you for being here, Scorpio. This is your first 2 weeks of June reading. My name is Crow, and I just want to take a moment to just clear the space and set the tone for this reading. The cards that we have, the energies that we have, you're going to be working with are... Okay. We have action with the antelope. We have the crow. It's always a good sign. The porcupine and the weasel. Let's get into it. What does that mean for you? So first we're going to start with the weasel, which is the master number of 33. So that's also a message for those of you who work with the angel number 33. That is the number of ascension, ascended masters, a spiritual enlightenment. So this is the energy of like growing up, glowing up. And, sometimes it feels like for you, Scorpio, the energy of immature love has been present for your life. And, you're a sign that loves loyalty, loves commitment, and perhaps you have not been paired in matters of the heart, whether it be, you could really care about your career, you could care about your work, you could care about your interactions with your friends. So all matters of the heart. Maybe you have not been paired, but it feels like you're starting to understand that there has been a part of you that affected that. And it's going to become very apparent for the first 2 weeks of June how you can course correct, how you can begin to collaborate with that aspect of yourself. And then that's going to be a natural occurrence where you're just going to start to feel that your relationships are shifting, because once you allow yourself to be changed, then everything else changes. It's very simple. And this is done on the inside. So the weasel is about stealth. It's about, moving undercover. It's about taking the time and not really advertising everything that it is that you're doing. I firmly believe that some of our actions contain the most power when we are just really aligned with ourselves and we're not looking towards that outside validation or that outside advice or opinions about our lives. At the end of the day, whether you take advice from me or from anyone else, you are responsible. So this is the energy of self-responsibility, of being stealthy, of making some moves. Perhaps that you have an idea, keep it to yourself, keep it in the think tank, let it simmer for a while, let yourself explore different avenues and research before you go talking about it to a bunch of different people, okay? It's wise. And also, if you have a relationship, keep it to yourself. You can keep that relationship to yourself for a while. It's just you and the other person. It's just you and the thing. It's just you and whatever it is, okay? We have a renewed sense of innocence that's coming through for the first 2 weeks of June. And also I'm hearing for just the whole of June, we have the porcupine card. The porcupine represents innocence. The innocence of you. It's like that childhood and that child aspect of yourself. Childhood just fell out, so let's go on that train. It's about reinvigorating and reconfiguring. How can I incorporate my inner child without it wreaking havoc, meaning without it being an immature aspect of my adult self? Okay, we're all doing some form of inner child work in one way, shape, or form. But what happens is like when you activate that aspect of you, then, and you don't have a handle on it, then it could wreak havoc, meaning like you can walk around and be making immature moves, doing things that are just not wise, okay? And it's not to say that your inner child isn't wise, but there's probably an aspect of it that does need some sense of discipline. So porcupine is about tapping into the innocence of which you are. Perhaps you've gotten a bad rap around you, in your reputation has been tarnished, or people think this and that or whatever about you. Remember that you still have a part of you that no matter what you have done, that is kept its innocence, its purity, okay? And that part you can easily access and just get in touch with for the first 2 weeks of June. It feels like a tender area. And when innocence is threatened, the porcupine has its quills, right? Unless it's threatened, it's a really friendly character. It's a really friendly animal. But, if it gets threatened, or if it's in a situation where it's afraid, then those quills come out, and that's okay to do that. We have the antelope and the crow. Those two together are really beckoning a time for you to take action on the things that you are good at, and to improve your skills. Specifically things about the occult, things about magic. Study the laws of the universe. Take action on those laws. See how those things, see how that knowledge translates into your reality. So this is occult wisdom. This is honoring the feminine, honoring all things are birthed through the womb, which is the feminine energy. Okay, perhaps you are birthing a new project into reality, or perhaps you're having like a child. Perhaps you're birthing a new way that you're going to transform yourself. So, birth is painful, and then we have that push. So these, it's great that we have the antelope card, because that's about action. The action is the masculine aspect of it, where we have to have the structure, have the routines, have the supportive and collaborative spaces that are going to help you to achieve what you want to achieve. It's like you still need structure. So the crow is known for flying to and from the void. And it makes that journey seamlessly. So it's about, what are you a bridge? Perhaps you are a bridge, like a bridge builder between communities, between schools of thought, between people. It feels like conflict resolution. Perhaps that is something that you have a gift at. Being a person who has a neutral stance in your life. It's like sometimes the universe speaks to us and it tells us things, what we're good at. It's like certain situations, they just keep coming to you, whether you get paid for them or not. And you're able to naturally just be able to do that. So the universe is speaking to you. So listen, what are some of the things that you are naturally good at that you've been able to navigate through? You can hone in on this and learn a little bit more about that, because there's more for you there. Whether you begin to monetize it or not, it's still going to be a positive feedback loop for your self-esteem and for your sense of self. So take action on the things that you know that you need to. If there's been something that you've been avoiding, don't avoid it anymore, because sooner or later, it's just going to rear its ugly head. If there's something that you wanted to say, my throat is closing up. If there's something that you've been wanting to say, take action on that. Action is also our words and how we talk and how we speak to ourselves and other people. Tuning into magic, studying law. If there is like a law situation that's going on, perhaps you're in some sort of dispute with someone, be wise. It would be wise for you to take on the energy of the stealth. You can take action undercover. So it's like, this is what's going to keep you feeling if you're facing charges, it's going to keep you innocent, basically. Law. So there's some people who are definitely working with the law here. And, you know, I can't say that it's going to go in your favor, but I will say that the odds are going to be increased. You can double down on, I'm seeing like someone placing bets, doubling down on the fact that you are innocent, you know your heart, working undercover, taking action. The actions that you know are going to ripple throughout time. There's a reason why people are talking about the laws of the universe, because they're congruent for everybody. Everybody. It's genderless. It's not biased racially. And so it goes for everyone, and it's fair. Maybe whereas like man's law isn't so fair sometimes, you know, we see all these different cases, but the cosmic law is. Study your astrology chart, study sacred numerology, study colors, tones, frequency, vibes. All right. So this is a really great reading for you, Scorpio. Remember to open your heart, right? Open your heart to yourself. And many blessings on this journey that you have ahead. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. Show some love, show some support. I'd love to hear what's going on in your world, in your life, in the comments below. All right. Peace.